I'd like to request all the presenters for this session to kindly join us on stage. Please give them a huge round of applause.
We now move to the first colloquy presentation session of the day. The agenda for this is Science and Industry Interface. Thank you all for joining with us. For our keynote speaker, we have Dr. V.P. Sharma, the Director of the Directorate of Mushroom Research, DMR Solan. Dr. V.P. Sharma obtained his MSc in Plant Pathology in 1986 and PhD in Plant Pathology in 1989 from Dr. Y.S. Parmar University of Horticulture and Forestry. Presently, Sir is serving as a director of the Indian Council of Agricultural Research Directorate of Mushroom Research since October 2015. He has served as the editor-in-chief of the Mushroom Research Journal from 2010 to 2012, 2016 to 18, and 2018 till date, and the Indian Journal of Mushrooms from 1998 to 2012. Dr. Sharma has also served as the president of the Mushroom Society of India from 2016 to 2022. He has received the Yadvindra Young Scientist Award twice, once in 1994 and later in the year 1997. Dr. Sharma has published 8 books on mushrooms and more than 110 research papers in various national and international journals. He has 1 patent for developing short duration cultivation technology for shiitake mushrooms and 2 copyrights for developing software for mushroom house design and spawn production. Dr. V.P. Sharma's remarkable journey through the realm of plant pathology and his exceptional contributions to the world of mushroom science and research are truly commendable. We are indeed fortunate to have such an esteemed and accomplished individual amongst us. I would like to hand over the mic to Sir for the keynote presentation on the topic Overall Scenario of Mushroom and its Challenges. Give him a huge round of applause, everyone.
Good afternoon to everyone. On the dais and in the audience, Dr. Manjeet Singh, Dr. B.L. Dhar, Dr. Payal, I think Dr. Rekha was also there, but some other scientists from other institutes. I'm finding very few persons from industry, other delegates, 1 or 2 from the other countries also, and dear students. Indeed, it is a very happy occasion for me to speak in this summit, and at the outset I would like to congratulate the organizers to conceive this idea and invite industry, scientists, other stakeholders at one platform where we can really discuss the problem which is being faced by the mushroom industry today. And the present summit has more relevance in the present context because in India we are witnessing exponential growth for the last maybe 1 decade or so, but the consumption is not that much, that it is really poor. And many growers, big entrepreneurs, they are facing really some problems in their marketing, and almost some saturation is also there in the rate. The cost of production, for example, in button mushroom is going more than 100 rupees, and the sale price is also almost the same. So that is another problem. And considering the nature of the crop, that it is highly perishable crop, we are not having an organized market, and policy support from the government side is also not, to the extent to which actually the mushroom industry require. So probably this is a 3-day summit, and all the stakeholders, particularly the entrepreneurs and science will also be discussed. Many students are here from this organization. We'll discuss both these issues, that what is being done in the science and where actually this industry is going on, and what are the gaps. We have to identify the gaps, and probably we'll sit for these 3 days. We will come out with some fruitful recommendations, which I think DMR Solan, because it is the apex body or the only institute that is working on mushrooms. Certainly the researchable issue will take care, and we will identify that who are the other stakeholders or other platform where or who can take this issue with the government for the policy support. So all these things will be discussed, and I think on the last day, that is day after tomorrow, we'll come out with some recommendation. But before that, the first lecture, that is Indian mushroom industry status and way forward, way forward, I am going to present this. With this now I am going to start this, and I will speak for next 20 or 25 minutes, and thereafter it will be followed by 3 more speakers. The topic will be open for discussion, but I am not actually finding many stakeholders here. Only few scientists and students are there. So basically the purpose of this conference, the summit, is a bit, I think, different. So here we are supposed to discuss the problems of the industry more. Science, certainly, what actually the present status is that I am going to present. But thereafter, the problem of the industry should be discussed more. So little bit I am going to the history. First, that what is the history of mushroom cultivation world over, not India. Well, the first mushroom, it was Auricularia boudier mushroom. It was cultivated long back, about maybe about 1600 or more than that years back in China. Then other mushroom, they were cultivated long back. Flammulina is there. Stachya, the world #1 mushroom today, it was also cultivated about 1200 years back in China. Button mushroom, the most popular mushroom and the mushroom which dominated the world mushroom industry for a long time, that was also cultivated long back, maybe about 550 years ago. Pedista mushroom, a tropical mushroom, very popular in our some states, tropical states like Odisha. It was also cultivated somewhere in 1700, and it is the first mushroom which was cultivated in India somewhere in 1943. Another very, another important species, Plotus austratus, it was of recent origin and it was introduced only in 1917. Its cultivation was done in Germany. And these 6 mushroom species, even today, they are contributing nearly 90% of the total mushroom production in the world. However, the scientific cultivation, it started somewhere in the last century only, and commercial cultivation only after World War II. If we see the global scenario, that as told, I told that it started after World War II, but initially the growth was slow, but almost up to 2000 the growth was slow. It was linear growth, but in the last 20 years, nearly the growth is exponential, and presently the total world production is nearly 44.21 million tons. And if you see the compound annual growth rate since 1970, it is a very attractive, it is 9.6%. If you see the world data, this FAO stat data, the 10 most top 10 producers of mushroom and truffles are China is, of course, undisputed leader. It is producing, the majority of the production is coming from China. Other Japan, Poland, United States, Netherlands, and India stand as number 6. The data, the FAO stat data says that it is 0.24 million tons, but our data says that it is more than 3.3 million tons now. Exactly, it is 0.32 million ton now. Indian that data. That is the most, that is update data. It is little bit older data. So these are the top 10 countries which are producing mushroom and truffles. It include only the production of mushroom and truffles only. If you see the continent-wise total mushroom production, it is Asia, of course, because of the China, Japan, the South Korea, India, Iran, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Taiwan, Vietnam. Nearly in 100 countries, mushroom production is there in the world, but nearly more than 95% production is coming from Asian continent only. Number 2 is Europe, 3.4. Here, some of the countries like Poland, Russia, and all these countries, they are important and they are contributing mushroom, and primarily they are cultivating button mushroom. But in China, they are cultivating different mushroom. They are cultivating more than 42 mushroom species. Then another is Americas. In these 4 countries, USA, Canada, Mexico, and Brazil. These are the countries where the mushroom production is going on. And other Oceania and Africa, they are just contributing very negligible 0.1%. If we see the relative contribution of different species in the global production, initially the mushroom industry, global industry, was dominated by button mushroom. And in 1960, we see 78% production was coming from button mushroom. Other mushroom, Stachya was there, Lentinula, of course, and other mushroom were also there, but button mushroom was the dominant one. Thereafter, Plotus, Auricularia, Flammulina, these are the other species which were introduced. And in the present scenario says that the Stachya mushroom is number 1. It is contributing 26% of the total mushroom production in the world. And number 2 is boudier and oyster, of course, both. In boudier, only 1 or 2 species, Auricularia polytricans, Auricularia auricula. Whereas in oyster mushroom, 6 or 7 species are contributing for its production. One species, Plotus aeryngi, that is king oyster mushroom, it contributes nearly 5%. And butter mushroom, it has slipped to number 4 position. It is contributing only 11%. Doesn't mean that its production is decreasing in the world. Production is increasing, but the proportionally the growth of other mushroom species more. And then Pedista mushroom, Volbrella, initially it was contributing more. Now the production in the global market is coming down. It is contributing only 1%, and other nearly 42 mushroom species are cultivated in the world, and they are contributing 13%. Now, coming to India, and here the mushroom cultivation started in 1961. When a scheme was launched by ICR, Development of Mushroom Cultivation, Himachal Pradesh, it was given to Department of Agriculture there, and ICR was there. Then in this scheme, some FU experts, Dr. E.F.K. Mental, they visited and they helped us to develop many facilities there. Then in 1971, one ICR coordinated scheme with its headquarters at Solan and 3 substations, one was Ludhiana, Delhi and Bangalore. They were also opened. And in this scheme, 2 other FU experts, Dr. Hayes and Mr. Tunney, they came. Mr. Tunney helps to develop the infrastructure, whereas Dr. Hayes give that scientific contribution. Particularly, if you see the button mushroom cultivation, particularly there also the compost preparation, this was the technology which was given by Dr. Hayes from 1971 to 74. Then DMR presently, of course, it was established in ICR in 1983. Initially, formally its name was National Center for Mushrooms and Training. And one scheme, one coordinated scheme, All India Coordinated Research Product Center, 5 center, Ludhiana, Pantnagar, Raipur, Coimbatore and Pune, they also started functioning right from 1983. And initially some of the commercial farm which came into, they were not using Indian technology. Of course, it was all, they were depending upon the, the technology from the other countries. Madhukoli farm was the first, probably, it was established in Solan in a rented building. Then Mr. Tags, this Maharaja Patiala farm in Chal near Shimla, then Sagal mushroom farm, then Colonel Kak mushroom farm, and then Brigadier Haminder farm. These were some, that commercial farm which started functioning somewhere from 1965 to 68. Of course, the major that impetus was given to mushroom industry in the 8th 5-year plan, that was from 92 to 1997. In this 5-year plan, 30 composting units and 29 span laboratories in 21 states they were started by the central government. And some Indo-Dutch products, 4 projects they also started. One was Palampur, Srinagar, Jallikot and Bangalore. And during that same time, 100% export-oriented units, 48 they also get registered because government gave some initiative, but only 6 become initiated that functional after that. If you see the production, we started somewhere in 1970s. Initially the growth was slow. DMR was established in 1983. But from 2000 to 2022 or 2023, certainly the growth is exponential in the last maybe 20 years or maybe 10 years, particularly in the last 10 years. And at that time, it was just very less. And if you see the data of only from 2016 to 22, it was 1.29 lakh tons, and now the production is more than 3 lakh tons. So certainly in the last few years, the production is exponential growth is in the Indian mushroom industry. So the current scenario is that we are producing more than 3 lakhs tons of mushroom. Major mushroom species we are cultivating only 5. And button mushroom accounts 70%, tropical of course 30%. Bird production I told it is more than 44 million tons. And more than 42 mushroom species are being cultivated. And just we are utilizing 0.06% residue. Consumption is really very, very less. And probably the one basic idea of organizing this summit is to promote consumption in our country, to come out with some recommendations, to attract the authorities for the policy decisions or policy support so that we can really promote mushroom consumption in our country. Then these are the 5 mushroom species which are cultivated primarily: button mushroom, oyster, milky, pedistra, stake. And in other mushroom species, Ganoderma, Hericium and Cordyceps, we have also started cultivation in the last few years. Here in India, many mushroom farms they are cultivating. If you see the species by cultivation, this distribution, in 1980 it was only button mushroom. In 2009, Bolborella, oyster, milky mushroom they were also introduced. And presently, if you see, almost from 2020, 70% production is coming from this button mushroom here in India. 17% from oyster mushroom. Different mushroom, oyster species we are cultivating. Even in the exhibition, we saw that 3-4 species they have displayed. Pedistra, of course, important or popular in southern India. Here only 1 species we are cultivating. Milky mushroom, again popular in southern India, particularly in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana. They are cultivating milky mushroom, and in other stake primarily, these are the 5 species. And others, as I told, Ganoderma, Cordyceps, Hericium, their cultivation is also being taken by some mushroom farms. If we see the state-wise distribution of mushroom, number 1 is Odisha presently. It is producing more than 34,000 tons of mushroom, Primarily, it is Pedista mushroom. Of course, detail I will tell you in the next slides. Bihar has emerged number 2. Really, the story of Bihar is very interesting. In the last 5-6 years only, the production has gone more than 6 times. So, really, the government is supporting, or maybe the farmers, they are very much attractive to the mushroom cultivation there in Bihar, and its production is increasing like by leaps and bounds there in Bihar. Number 3 is Maharashtra. Primarily, button mushroom industry is there. And number 4, Haryana. It was at number 1 at some time, a few years back. But now it has slipped to number 4. Then Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Himachal Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Chhattisgarh. These are the 10 top, that mushroom producing states of our country. And just the inside story of Odisha, that they are cultivating this Pedista, western button mushroom. And Pedista, of course, they are cultivating openly under the shade of some coconut, cashew or some other trees. And substrate which are available there, Pedista, of course, coconut, sugarcane, cotton, mustard, all they are using, maize also. And some number of span suppliers there, number of span laboratories are there in Odisha. Probably it is also one reason that so many span laboratories are there. Almost in every village, 1 or 2 laboratories are there which are producing spawn. Otherwise, it is one of the limiting factor in population of mushroom in our country. And nearly 10,000 to 15,000 persons they are engaged in mushroom production. So this is how from 2009 to 2022 tremendous growth is there in the mushroom production. Pedista contributing primarily in Odisha more than 22,000 tons. Western button mushroom or the other mushroom are the player which are contributing there. In Bihar, as I told, that button western milky mushroom, they are cultivating this and the production is more than 33,000 tons. And as per the data which was supplied by the Acriv Center from Bihar, from Samastipur, more than 45,000 people they are engaged in mushroom production there in Bihar. Then in Maharashtra, button, as I told, button is the primary mushroom which they are cultivating. Western mushroom, of course, some of the growers they are also cultivating. If we talk about the number of units, big units, many big units are there. Nearly 32 big units are there in Maharashtra. Western milky mushroom, small units are there, but big units are there for the button mushroom only. And in Maharashtra, this is how the distribution is there. That in 1992, almost negligible production was there. But in the last 30 years, that almost all the production, the progress in the mushroom industry is really tremendous. In Haryana, button mushroom. And here actually you will see beautiful models. Nowadays, if you happen to visit any village of Haryana, you will see that low-cost huts there. In every village you will find they are growing mushroom. They are taking 1 or 2 crops and they are earning. From one hut they can earn up to 2 lakhs just after in a season of 4 months. So that is very, that beautiful example of seasonal cultivation of the button mushroom in northern India, particularly in Haryana. And the hot spots for the button mushroom, they are the Hisar, Sonipat, almost in all district mushroom production is there in Haryana. But Sonipat, I think it is the most hot spot of button mushroom production there. Production, as I told, it is more than 23,000 tons. Then in UP, button and western mushroom, they are important. And the hot spots, Kanpur, Bijnor, Agra and Muzaffarnagar, these are the hot spots for that. And thereafter, wheat and Pedista they are utilizing. Then in Punjab, of course, button mushroom is the main primarily. And other mushroom, button western and other mushroom they are cultivating. In Uttarakhand, button and western mushroom, more than nearly 20,000 production is there. In Himachal, of course, the mushroom production started from Himachal only. And for a long time, it was the champion. It was number 1. But now its position it has slipped to number 6 or 7. Tamil Nadu is emerging another important state where the mushroom production is coming. And then the Chhattisgarh, there also mushroom production is coming in a big way. And many button mushroom farms, and particularly that western mushroom production is worth watching there. How the, mushroom, this western mushroom cultivation is going on in Chhattisgarh, almost in every village. We have done SWOT analysis of the Indian mushroom industry. One is that we have got this diverse climate that favors the cultivation of different mushroom. Then we are having large pool of unutilized agro waste, and then availability of low cost and abundant workforce and rich biodiversity. These are some strengths of Indian mushroom industry. And just to that encourage this diversification, Directorate of Mushroom Search is working, is exploring the cultivation technology. It is standardizing the cultivation technology. And in the last few years only, more than 30 mushroom has brought under cultivation, and we have standardized the cultivation technology of different mushrooms. Some interesting mushroom, Morkela, I think in the morning also, when our chief guest was visiting the exhibition, he was talking about this Morkela, and probably here also on the dais it was presented to him. And I would like to announce you with 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 proud that DMR has cultivated this mushroom also 2-3 years back, and we are further refining this cultivation technology, and very shortly it will be made available to the farmers. Another is Latiporus. This is chicken of woods. Almost we have also standardized the cultivation technology of this mushroom, and very shortly the cultivation of this mushroom will also be will be given to the farmers. Then some of the weaknesses: the lack of infrastructure, like growing chambers is there, lack of skilled and semi-skilled labor is there, inadequate forward and backward linkages are there, lack of quality spawn, and then fluctuating and unorganized market prices. This is another very important constraint or the weakness in the Indian mushroom industry. Then lack of financial help is another that weakness. Low productivity is another. We are just getting 20 to 25% BE, whereas in other countries it is more than 35% or so. And DMR is working very seriously and for the developing number of strains, and in the last DMR has developed more than 32 varieties for different mushroom. We are developing high yielding strains for button mushroom, Stachya mushroom, milky mushroom, and then pedistar mushroom, and number of strains, more than 32 strains, high yielding strains has been released by Directorate of Mushroom Research. Then these are some of the photographs. Then less mechanization is another that weakness, that spawn production what we are doing still we are doing in the manual way or the laboratory scale, whereas in another country bee blender is there in place. Then liquid spawn technology we are not having in India. Of course DMR has standardized the cultivation liquid spawn technology, but still that private industry is not taking this. Maybe it may be more useful for the specialty mushroom or the exotic mushroom, and here in India we are not cultivating many this exotic mushroom. Then mechanization is another thing. Then no standard models, so it is basically restricting that mechanization and automation in the Indian mushroom industry. We are not having. You visit any farm, different farms, you will find different designs, different sizes. So it is very difficult for the want of this for standard size. It is not possible to go for mechanization or automation. Here you can see that some low-cost huts are there, and two that fully automated rooms are also available. But all these, the different type of models are available here in India. Then in Netherlands, if you see, complete, totally mechanized systems are there in production. So occurrence of disease and pest in different mushroom, particularly in button mushroom, beta bubble is there, the green mold is there. Then in other mushroom also, number of diseases are there which are restricting the mushroom production. Then spawnability, no spawn standards. Of course, GMR has developed the spawn standard. They have been approved by the Council, ICR, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, but they have been not implemented. So this is the platform where we should discuss that how we can, what is the way, what is the mechanism, how can make these spawn standards implemented for the spawn laboratories also. Then occurrence of disease and pest I told. Then post-harvest losses, of course, it is highly perishable. There is no cold chain must be in place. That is actually the suggestion. Better packaging and value-added products must be developed. And coming to the opportunities, low-cost round-the-year cultivation of mushroom is possible. Rural youth are inclined for this non-traditional farming, labor-intensive, and hence generate ample employment. Self-employment opportunities are there. Requirement of functional, healthier food is there. Then different technology, for example, in oyster mushroom, we have given a technology where we have recommended the cultivation of 6 mushroom. They can be cultivated at different temperatures. Likewise, in pedistar mushroom also, this is another ready-to-fruit bags. This technology can really promote mushroom cultivation in the urban and semi-urban areas. So another technology which was given for the reduction of the cost in button mushroom, this compost preparation. In this zero energy polytunnel, it can produce the quality compost in a very short time compared to the long method. In Stachya mushroom, we have given one patented technology. In this technology, by using this technology, we can produce Stachya mushroom crop just in half time, 1.5 months compared to 3 months. That was, that taken by the earlier technology. So likewise, some other technologies has been given. We can use SMS, spent mushroom substrate, to the tune of 20% to 30% for the preparation of fresh compost. So thereby we can reduce the cost of production. Like that, we have standardized the cultivation technology, macro-CIB, and it can replace that calo-CIB because there is some pungent smell is there, and actually consumer they don't like. Similarly, management of spent mushroom substrate we have developed a consortium that can degrade the spent mushroom substrate just in 30 days, and it can become a very good organic manure. Number of value-added products has been also released by DMR Solan. A technology for more than 40 value-added products is available. Anyone can come here, there can sign MOU and take the technology, and all these technologies are available at DMR Solan or its center. Coming to the threats, low consumption, of course, the most important, disease and insect pest, as I told, highly technical agriculture, risk of low technical know-how, that is another very important. Many growers, they start with little knowledge and ultimately they fail after 1 or 2 years. Then high and instability of prices of inputs is there. Now cost of that all these raw materials is going very high. It is considered a rich man food because its cost is a little bit high, and then perishable commodity. These are some threats. And consumption, as I told, it is very low. It is nearly 220 grams in India, whereas Chinese, they are consuming, in 1 year, one Chinese consuming more than 27 kg mushroom. Promotion of consumption should be there, and it can be because mushroom is the only source of this, only source of vitamin D and vitamin B12. So we can really promote this mushroom as a source, only source for them, for the vitamin D or vitamin B12. And it is having number of, all nutritional value. Probably the chief guest was also telling about all these things, pest and diseases. Number of diseases are there. Almost for all the diseases, complete package of practice is available at DMR Solan. You can come, you are having some problem, you can contact us. Certainly, there is solution for every problem for the diseases. For the pest also, many flies, phorid, cerid or CC flies are there, nematode problem is there, mite problem is there, and the other technologies to manage them. So certainly then regular technology days need to be organized. This is one probably. A good initiative has been done. And then marketing strategies and models, we need to adopt models for promoting marketing and consumption. And then some research issues which are there. Of course, it is related to science only, that we have to go for collection, cataloging, characterization, conservation, and utilization of indigenous germplasm. We have to go for diversification of mushroom cultivation, breeding of better and high-yielding varieties, production of availability of quality span, utilization of diverse agro residues, then packaging of practices for management of pests and diseases, development of post-harvest value-added products, and development of market intelligence and strategies, and use of information communication technology. Coming to the way forward, infrastructure development, certified sponge laboratories has to be there, central composting unit for small and medium growers has to be there, models training and compost growing units has to be there, then post-harvest infrastructure, it must be in place if you really want to save, because it is highly perishable commodity. Then further strengthening the forward and backward, this backward linkages, there is need for the collaborative research, including research institutions and mushroom industry, as per the need of the mushroom industry. Probably it is the most important. Then in processing also, we need to develop some value-added products. We certainly need to enhance the shelf life of mushroom. Then promoting consumption. This is very important, that aspect. Then consumption of mushroom is highly skewed with respect to time of the year and living standards. So various awareness program must be there. Some campaign should be started. For example, midday meal, then fairs, exhibition, etc. at village, state or national level must be there. Then development of database. Of course, DMR is doing this for mushroom production and marketing related products. Policy support is required. Inform policy on electricity rate in all states at agriculture rates. Export policy should be there, which that support the export of mushrooms. Government support it, subsidize availability of agriculture waste such as straw. Automation and mechanization support from the government to reach international productive levels. Promotional activities to enhance mushroom consumption through government support, and promotion drives for diversification. That is another very, very important, that aspect. So just to sum up, probably in my opinion, there are four key drivers for the development of mushroom industry in India. First is diversification. We are enjoying diverse climatic conditions. We must go over diversification. If you compare with China, why China is that leading much ahead? Because they have gone for diversification. They are cultivating more than 42 mushrooms. Here actually we are sticking to only 4 or 5. There too we are focusing only on the butter mushroom, a mushroom that is basically a temperate mushroom, whereas our country is enjoying a tropical to subtropical climate. So that is number one. Then availability of high yielding strains in DMR Solan, in different mushroom. DMR Solan is working in on this aspect, and we are developing different high yielding strains for different mushroom. Then availability of quality spawn, that is another bottleneck for the population of mushroom industry in India. And spawn standard has been developed, but certainly we have to find out the way, the mechanism, the platform, how we can implement these spawn standards, how we can, how we can bring all these private spawn laboratories under one umbrella, where we should have some check on the quality. Then policy support, it may be sport price, maybe that for the consumption, maybe that inform electricity rates, maybe for the income tax, maybe that subsidy on the mechanization, etc. All these, I think, issues need to be detailed discussion, and I'm very sure that during the next 3 days, we are going to discuss all these issues, and we will come out with some constructive, that recommendation, so that we can take up these issues with the government. And of course, 2 types of recommendation will come. One will be the researchable issue. DMR will take care of all the researchable issues, and for the policy support, these issues will be taken up by the government. Of course, DMR will also take through ICR, through our our superiors. And this private industry has to play a very, very important role to promote the mushroom consumption in the country. With this, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Next, we have Dr. B.L. Atri from DMR Solon for a presentation on the topic Post-Harvest Management of Mushrooms. Dr. Brijlal Atri is an eminent researcher in the field of mushrooms and agriculture. Sir obtained his BSc degree from CSK Himachal Pradesh Agricultural University, Palampur, and MSc degree from Dr. Yashwant Singh Parmar University of Horticulture and Forestry, Solon. He completed his PhD from Indian Agricultural Research Institute, New Delhi in 1994. Sir joined the Agricultural Research Services as a scientist at ICAR-CARI, Port Blair, and later joined as the senior scientist at ICAR-CIWA, Bhubaneswar. In 2008, he was selected as the principal scientist and joined the ICAR-CITH-RS, Mukteshwar, Nainital. He also served as the scientist in charge of this station till February 2016 and later on joined DMR Solon. Dr. Atri is a recipient of several awards such as the N.N. Mohan Memorial Award by All India Food Processors Association for Best Research Paper in Indian Food Packer, Best Technocrat Award 2014 by EET CRS Noida for his work on rhododendron and ginger blended squash, Best Paper Award from Indian Association of Hill Farming, Research Excellence Award 2020 by Institute of Scholars, Bangalore, Lifetime Achievement Award 2020 by VD Good Professional Association, Chennai, and Achiever Award 2020 for outstanding work in the field of farming from Sadhana, UHF, Solon. He also received the International Recognition Award from the Department of Horticulture and Food Processing, Uttarakhand, and All India Paramount Achievement Award 2020. He has also released 2 varieties of apple and garlic, having published several research papers, popular articles, folders, books, training manuals, monographs, book chapters, and delivered 41 radio talk shows and TV programs. Dr. Atri is a true luminary in the field of mushrooms and horticulture. With that, I'd like to invite Sir to the stage for his presentation.
Good afternoon, my colleagues from DMR on the dais and other dignitaries of the dais. Most of the things have been covered by my director, but I would like to say something about post-harvest handling because mushroom is having very short shelf life. It's a highly perishable commodity. So I will be taking you that how to enhance the post-harvest shelf life of mushroom. As my director was telling that these are 5 mushrooms being cultivated in our country, that is button mushroom, oyster mushroom, paddy straw mushroom, milky mushroom, and shiitake mushroom. Why post-harvest management is important in mushroom? Because mushroom is having high moisture content. It is having 85 to 90% moisture. It is having very delicate texture, highly respiration rate, that is respiration rate is very high, and these are some of the factors which are responsible for its low shelf life. Then enzymatic reactions and microbial action, they are responsible for its spoilage, and during spoilage there is browning, wilting, liquefaction, loss of texture, aroma and flavor. And losses at farm and post-harvest channel, you can see that on the farm that if improper handling is there, then diseases and insects are there. Then improper harvesting technique. If you are not harvesting it properly, then the fruit body will be damaged, and during transportation and during marketing, most of the fruit body, they will be spoiled. And during the post-harvest channel, there is improper sorting and grading. For proper sorting and grading is not there. Then during packaging and during transportation, spoilage will be very high. Then poor handling and packaging. That if sometimes that the packers, they are doing that if the packages for 5 kg, they are keeping around 6 to 7 kg in that package. So because of more quantity in a single package, that respiration rate will go very high and the mushroom will be spoiled very fast. Then transportation losses, because this is a high respiration crop, so we have to maintain the cold chain during transportation, and if this cold chain is not maintained, then mushrooms are likely to be spoiled. And harvesting of mushroom is, there are different quality indices. It should be white in color. It should be uniform, well-rounded and capped with the smooth and glossy surface. Fully intact veil. Stipes should be straight and glossy in appearance, cleanliness, absence of browning, and no visible or open gills. Then if we'll see the grading of mushroom, there are 3 grades. One is small, medium and large. And on the basis of this grade, we have to harvest mushroom when it is in medium size. Washing and pre-cooling is important, because in butter mushroom we are using casing soil. So if we have to wash it, then we have to use the potassium metabisulfite 500 ppm. And I have found it, I have conducted some experiments, and we found that if you are putting it only for 30 seconds, so we can increase the shelf life. But if you are putting for more time, so mushroom will absorb more water, and during this storage, the shelf life will go down. Then temperature of mushroom at picking, it is 15 to 18 degrees Celsius, and it should be brought to 4 to 5 degrees Celsius during storage. And packing, there are different package material available in the market. Earlier we used to have the polythene or polypropylene, but now government is banning all this. Then we have to look other options. And I found that 200 to 400 gram polythene or polypropylene pack, it was found best as far as storage is concerned. And for long distances, we have to use this big sized this packaging material. And we have found that when we are keeping mushroom at low temperature, we can increase the shelf life from 10 to 12 days instead of 2 to 3 days at ambient temperature. During storage, for storage, we have to see that there are 2 methods. One is short-term method and other one is long-term method. For short-term storage, we have to keep it by refrigeration. After washing and dipping, we have to pack it 200 to 400 gram PE and PP bags, and storage at 4 to 6 degrees Celsius for 8 to 10 days. And the other method is a steeping preservation by using 15% salt with 0.05% citric acid and 100 ppm sulfur dioxide. But in this case, because we are using glass containers, so transportation sometimes is very difficult. Then packing, I told that the glass containers, it create hindrance. Then, but in this case, we can store mushroom for 3 months at room temperature. Then long-term storage, we have 4 types. One is drying, canning, pickling, and IQF, individual quick freezing. If we have to see drying, there are 2 methods. One is sun drying, but here because in sun we are putting the mushroom, and it will take long time for drying. And in mechanical drying, at 45 to 50 degrees Celsius, we have to maintain the temperature, and quality of the product is better as compared to sun drying. And these are some of the equipments which are required for a canning unit. If you have to start a canning unit for 50 tons mushroom per year. These are the equipments which will be required for establishing a canning unit. And pickling is also one of the popular method for preserving mushroom, and it's very economical because the producer, he has not to go for distress sale. He can convert the mushroom into different this pickle, and he can sell it for next 6 months. And there are so many other products also which can be prepared from mushroom. This is the flow diagram how that pickle can be prepared. Then IQF is also there, but this method is not so popular in our country because here the production is very less, and that consumption is also not that much popular among the masses. So IQF is most popular in some of the other countries, and here in this case we have to maintain the temperature at very low degree, that is minus 40 degrees Celsius. So this in this case we can freeze whole mushroom, sliced mushroom, or in cube form also. Then other value-added products which have been prepared at our center, that is this instant mushroom powder, then mushroom fortified biscuits, then mushroom fortified cake, mushroom chips, then mushroom preserve, mushroom candy, then mushroom ketchup, mushroom papad, mushroom nuggets, mushroom noodles and pasta. All these means around more than around 40 products we have developed, and we are signing MOUs with the different firms, because for commercialization, different firms, they have to come forward, and in that case this commercialization can be done. Mushroom snack bar is also there. One of my colleagues is working on it. So these are some of the products which industry can take forward, and in this case, if industry is coming forward, so these products can be made available in the market for the consumption of the people. Multigrain mushroom bread is also developed because as the bread which is available in the market, it is that nutritional value is not there, but when we are adding mushroom in it, so we can enhance the nutritional value. So these are some of the products, and how we can enhance the post-harvest the storage of mushroom. These are the work which is being done at DMR Solan. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. The panel is now open for discussion. In the panel, we have Dr. V.P. Sharma, Dr. B.L. Atri, Dr. Shwet Kamal, and Dr. Anil Rao. We are now inviting questions from the audience.
Do we have any questions?
Please. Mike.
Can we arrange the mic?
You have a consortium for that degradation of effort. So what is that consortium? And from where we can get it?
Actually, we can get from DMR Solan also. Because we are adding that to bacterial basically, number of bacteria are there, and the consortium of that. So you have to contact DMR Solan, they can there.
Yes.
Can we arrange a mic for the one in the back? Yeah.
My question is for Dr. Atri, that you recommended some method for 3 months storage, like 15% salt and citric acid. So do we need to blanch the mushrooms or basic mushrooms? This preservation method for 3 months, wherein we have to use 15% salt and 0.05% citric acid. Here mushrooms are fresh or blanched?
It has to be blanched.
Blanched mushrooms.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
So it can be used for pleurotus also.
No, because pleurotus fruit body is open, so when we are blanching it, so it is dissolving the water. So it's not in case of button. It is only in the button.
What about the products, the ones which you have mentioned, which are seem to be very nutritionally dense? They are not readily available on the market?
Madam, the industry has to come forward, because DMR Solan has developed the products, and we are signing MOUs with the different firms. But because mushroom is sold fresh mostly in our country.
Recently, I saw an ad of Sunil Shetty promoted mushroom powder in many TV channels. So that was one encouraging sign that it can be used and it is getting popular now and can be used in various food products.
Yeah, mushroom products can be prepared for fresh mushroom and as well from dry also. So we are using both.
Thank you, sir.
One of my question is, when can we call a product a mushroom product? How much mushroom should be there in it? This is the first one, and second one is, you showed very interesting, like she also said that mushroom powder is there. If we powder the mushroom by after drying, So can it be directly used without adding anything else for soups?
We can know. First question is that how much percentage should be there? So it should be more than 20%. Yeah. And because mushroom powder is having not any binding. So for making any product, we have to add some binder in that. Yeah.
But sir, it will not be healthy.
Because I told you that binding properties are not there in mushroom powder. So not that whole of that this corn flour will be added, but some quantity we have to add in that, and that technology is available with us.
Sir, is it going to be sun-dried or freeze-dried? Which is a better product?
Freeze-dried is there, that is the best one. Because in freeze-dried, that quality of the mushroom, it will be retained. But if you don't have freeze-drying facility, so you can go for cabinet dryer or sun-dried.
And sir, to my knowledge, after freeze-drying, it has a good solubility in water.
Yeah.
So probably we don't need to add any other supplements
Because-
like corn flour or anything if it is freeze-dried.
Because the common farmer, you don't have that facility that freeze drying. So, but if any industry is having that freeze drying facility, so that product that will be best.
So sir, you can propose a hub and spoke kind of a model in which one of the processors is setting up the processing unit and the farmers around in the vicinity can supply, process it so that it increases the shelf life as well as the value for the farmers and to the customer also.
Definitely we will do that.
And one of my question is that how about the spawn availability for all those 40 types of mushrooms? As you mentioned, sir, for Sharma sir, you mentioned in China there are more than 40 varieties of mushroom which are being commercialized. Here, how about the spawn availability for all those 40 types of?
Spawn production is not a problem for any mushroom because the technology is same.
Okay,
And the cultivation technology for more than 35 mushrooms is also available at DMR Solan.
good.
Spawn production technology is same. There is no problem. The DMR Solan or with its all Acrylic center, all India coordinated all the centers, the spawn production can be made available. But only one difference is that if you are demanding the spawn of the commercial cultivated mushroom,
Yes.
it is made available within 15 or 20 days. But it is that of some exotic mushroom, then it will take 2 months.
Right.
Because we have to start with the culture. We have to culture, we have to multiply, then we have to make the master package, then we have to multiply it as a spawn. So spawn is available. Technology is the same, there is no problem at all.
So let's say as per your experience, what is the market share of all the mushroom varieties of 35? How much is the market share of butter mushroom, oyster mushroom?
That I told that 70% is contributed here in India still by butter mushroom,
Okay.
17% by oyster, 9% by pedesta mushroom, 3% by milky mushroom, 1% by stake. Then Herisham is also coming into picture, Codicea, Ganoderma, some road they have started cultivating Ganoderma. All these mushrooms are coming in picture. In oyster mushroom certainly we are cultivating 6 mushroom species in India. Only these mushrooms are being cultivated, not other. Market actually it depends upon the, because that is the skill of the grower, entrepreneur, that anyone entrepreneur who is having excellent skill in marketing, they are the most successful entrepreneurs. That is there. Because marketing, DMR is not helping, I shall not help you. It is their own effort. They have to make their own efforts and only then they go for the market.
So sir, our industry suggestion is that you propose to the ministry that they should start providing some subsidies for marketing, bringing this product in the market. Because for every industry, there are subsidies given by the government of India for promoting. So if it goes from you and with input from industry, then it will help a lot in whatever you made lot of suggestions. That how we can bring it, increase the market share from 2% to 80%, 90%, whatever. So if the subsidy program comes in from the ministry, it will help a lot to the industry. Thank you.
That is very good actually suggestion and probably during these 3 days we have to discuss all these, we have to deliberate all these issues and we have to come out with some recommendations because we are having our own limitations. ICR is basically the mandate of ICR, the organization to which we belong. Its mandate is research.
Right, sir.
So we are giving that suggestion to the government through our ICR only. But I think it is only private sector. They have to come forward.
And
Sir,
they
it
are
has to
very
go
serious
both
about it.
ways. Actually, it has to go because you are giving a suggestion which is coming from the industry.
Yeah.
So then probably if you can arrange, if you are here for 2 days, we can meet DG, ICR with some of our
Sure, there
delegates.
is no problem. Even if whatsoever recommendation will emerge
Yeah.
during these 3 days deliberation, we'll also do that. We will send it to the Minister of Agriculture through our
Sure.
DG.
Sure.
Through our DG. But certainly we have to send to our DDG, DG, that is channel basically we have to follow.
So that by the next time, by the next India Mushroom Summit, we should have some constructive benefits arising out of this summit. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You can dry butter mushroom also, you can dry oyster mushroom also. All the mushrooms, all the mushrooms.
Technology different.
Yes.
Yeah, my question is to Dr. Atri.
Yeah.
So we spoke about a lot of pickling methods when you spoke about dehydrating and powdering. So what happens to the nutrient content of mushrooms, especially with water-soluble vitamins like B12? So does it diminish? How do we take care of the nutritional content?
Madam, we have found that if the temperature is maintained between 45 to 50, less than 50 degrees Celsius, so there is no problem on these nutrients. But as soon as the temperature increases, if the temperature goes beyond 50 degrees Celsius, 55 degrees Celsius, then certainly there is loss of nutrients around 50 to 20%.
So even in freeze drying kind of process where the water is lost, so even in those cases it doesn't loses it water soluble vitamins, especially B12 because it's the best source of vitamin.
So there is no problem in freeze drying. There is no loss.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
So, which method we can use for butter mushroom chips? Like in butter mushroom, there is a lot of water content. So, in sun drying, the water, it is not a solution for sun drying.
Freeze drying you can do and you have to make slices because whole mushroom will not rise. So you have to make slicing, then you have to blanch it, and then after that you have to dry it.
So, the freeze drying is the expensive method, I guess.
Yeah, that is expensive.
For the heat drying,
Sun drying, because sun drying will take more time. It will take around 3 days. So after slicing, after blanching, you have to use this cabinet dryer.
what for the heat drying?
Heat drying. Heat means?
The dehydrator.
That is called cabinet dryer. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes, please.
As Mr. Saxena asked about the government policy, but I read in some paper there is government policy regarding giving the subsidy to the farmers. What about that?
So, madam, not actually, ICR, we are not dealing with that. We are the state government matters. Central government of course.
Yeah, central and state government both are
And
giving
in
the subsidy.
almost every state actually they are giving subsidy, they are giving subsidy to the tune of 40%.
Yeah,
In some
50,
state,
70.
most of that central government subsidy basically to the tune of 40%. It is uniform. And some state governments they are also adding. For example, in Bihar at one time 90% subsidy was there on the mushroom side. So some subsidies given by that state government, some is by the central government, but informally it is 40%. But actually ICR is not actually, it is because it is state government matter for the central government. So we are not taking that.
Thank you, sir. And I think we are running a little bit short on time.
Yes.
So we could, if any more questions are there, then all right, we will take one last question, and any other questions can be directed to our panelists during the lunch hour.
गुड आफ्टरनून टू ऑल। मेरा क्वेश्चन डायरेक्टर साहब से है। जैसे आप लोग बता रहे थे कि आप लोगों ने बहुत सारी टेक्नोलॉजी को पेटेंट किया है एंड यू आर रेडी टू साइन विद द इंडस्ट्री, बट देयर आर लॉट ऑफ स्मॉल फार्मर्स जो कि उन टेक्नोलॉजीज़ को अपनाना भी चाहेंगे बट दे आर नॉट एबल टू पे फॉर एनीथिंग, इवन टू साइन द MOUs एंड वो लोग जो हैं वो आप लोगों के साथ कैसे चीज़ों को जान सकते हैं, समझ सकते हैं और कैसे वो हैंड्स ऑन कर सकते हैं?
इसमें राणा साहब जो टेक्निकल DMR ने डेवलप की उसके प्राइस इतने नॉमिनल हैं
कि कल को कोई दूसरा क्लेम ना करे उस टेक्नोलॉजी को कि हमने दी है।
राइट सर।
जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल 1000 रुपीज़ आपको सोलन पहुंचने के लिए 5000 रुपये खर्चने पड़ते हैं उसको,
जी।
वहाँ जाके सिर्फ 1000 रुपये हम देंगे, एक MOU बना ड्राफ्ट, उसको साइन कराएंगे कि टेक्नोलॉजी आपको दी, और उसमें 1000 से ज़्यादा उसको सामान देंगे।
राइट
फॉर एग्जाम्पल
जी।
उसको ट्रेनिंग भी दे देंगे उस टेक्नोलॉजी की, 2
जी,
दिन
जी।
देंगे, अदरवाइज 2-3 हज़ार ट्रेनिंग के लगते हैं।
जी।
जस्ट टू प्रमोट, दैट इज बेसिकली हमने एक तरीका अपनाया है किस तरह से हम लोगों को DMR की टेक्नोलॉजी का उसका जो क्रेडिट है DMR का, मेरे DMR टेक्नोलॉजी और उसका दे रहे हैं बड़े नॉमिनल प्राइसेस पे, उसमें बहुत ज़्यादा प्राइस है।
थैंक यू सर।
क्योंकि उसको ज़्यादा हम देते हैं, ट्रेनिंग देते हैं, कल्चर देते हैं, प्रोवाइड करते हैं, और से एक चीज़ को लेना होगा तो उससे खर्चा कई गुना आएगा।
थैंक यू
तो सब अवेलेबल है। और DMR वेबसाइट पे जो कि डायरेक्टर DMR.ICR.gov.in ये हमारी वेबसाइट है, कोई उसको खोल सकता है, जो भी फैसिलिटी जो भी वहाँ से सर्विसेज अवेलेबल हैं सारे में सारा उस पर दिया होता है हमने, और हम उसको अपडेट करते रहते हैं और उसको अपडेट भी करते हैं। सारी की सारी जो सर्विसेज हैं DMR को फैसिलिटी दी जाती है, रोड्स को, एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को सारी अवेलेबल होती हैं। और इसके साथ ही जैसे स्मार्ट प्रोडक्शन के लिए हम ट्रेनिंग हर महीने वेबसाइट पर लगता है, ऑलमोस्ट हर महीने की ट्रेनिंग ऑर्गेनाइज की जाती है, कल्चर प्रोवाइड स्मार्ट अब जो भी रिक्वायरमेंट होती है उसकी हम मीट आउट करने की कोशिश करते हैं।
जैसे रिसर्च वर्क भी DMR करता है, तो US में ऐसे कंपनी इकोवेट बोल के लेदर मशरूम स्टाइरोफोम के लिए कोई रिसर्च चल रहा है क्या?
हमने मशरूम तो लेदर बायोलेदर के ऊपर तो काम नहीं कर रहे हैं, बट एट द सेम टाइम हमने पैकेजिंग मटेरियल के ऊपर काम कर रहे हैं। ड्रैगन फ्रूट के ऊपर मशरूम का काम चल रहा है, जो कि हमने काफ़ी उसमें डेवलपमेंट की है, और बहुत जल्दी ही इसके 2 प्रोडक्ट उसमें लॉन्च कर दिए जाएंगे। इस दिशा में भी कुछ एक प्राइवेट लोगों ने हमसे संपर्क किया था, कुछ फैसिलिटी उनके पास हैं, इस पर जो बायोलेदर की बात हो रही है, तो उसमें भी काम शुरू करेंगे। अभी इसके ऊपर काम नहीं करें, लेकिन ड्रैगन मीट मशरूम का जो एक ड्रैगन मीट के रूप में हम जान सकते हैं, और पैकेजिंग में को काफ़ी अचीव भी कर लिया है, जिसको बड़ी शॉर्टली हम आप लोगों के साथ शेयर भी करेंगे।
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to invite Dr. Richa Sharma, Associate Professor, Shahid Rajguru College of Applied Sciences for Women, to kindly felicitate our panelists. Please give them a huge round of applause.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And with that, our first colloquy presentation session comes to an end.